James Middleton. Next up, executive producer John Worth. Next up, the director, the man who I've known this guy for years, and every time I see his work, he tops himself. The director, David Nutter. Next, the writer of what you've just seen and executive producer on the show, Josh Friedman. Now, a woman forever now to be known as the new Sarah Connor, Lena Headey. Okay, next, the new John Connor, the younger, improved model, Thomas Dekker. Yeah, that's good. Just like in rehearsal. Next, Cameron, Summer Glau. Apparently they know you. And last, and certainly not least, James Ellison, Mr. Richard T. Jones.
I had to follow Summer.
Good screw, basically.
It was like, I was like, please put me on before Summer.
All right, guys. First of all, thanks for doing this. A terrific show. This is for Masterpiece Theater, right? PBS?
Yes,
Is that who you're doing this for?
Lifetime.
I forget. Lifetime. We'll strip it down a little bit. Now, I don't know if this is the first time you've seen it on a big screen, but what do you all think of seeing this? Is it? Are you sort of amazed at your own work when you watch this?
This thing is awesome. Can I say this show is awesome? David Nutter, thank you so much. This thing is awesome.
Now, I will start with the producers. Now, was it intimidating, especially for Josh, I guess, taking on something that's so iconic, something so well known? Out of it's intimidating, or it's actually exciting because you get to kind of take on a legend?
The great thing about taking this on is no one had seen Terminator before. So I just figured we could do whatever we wanted and no one would notice. No? I think it was exciting to do. I think that you just have to sort of embrace, what's come before and try to just, build on it to the degree that you can, and just sort of like not embarrass yourself in front of the mountain ghost that is James Cameron.
How about for you? For David, was this sort of challenging because there, as a look to the movies, you have to come up with your own sort of thing here. Was it hard to do?
Well, most importantly for myself was I met with James and Josh last year. And I guess, first of all, I was sitting in this audience last year with my son at this time for the Heroes pilot, and I said, I do want to come back here next year with something. And then I ran into Josh, and this came about. But James and Josh and I got together, and we sat at a table at a restaurant, and there were 4 seats. And there was an empty chair there, and I said, the empty chair, that belongs to Jim Cameron, because we have to live up to what he's done, and live up to everything that he's created, and we have to make something special. I've worked with Jim on Dark Angel, and I realize how important that is, and we just went up, rolled up our sleeves and worked as hard as we can, because that's what Jim would do, and that was our intent.
That's great. Thank you. Now, here's actually, the thing, watching it, maybe actually start with you guys, the actors, and work down, how the hell are you going to keep up this pace? I would think,
Red Bull.
Episode, yes. Actually get a sponsorship.
My pace is very easy. I come in after all the fighting.
Do you feel bad you didn't get to hit anybody?
No, because I don't fight.
Yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
How are you guys going to, all you up for you 3 actors, how long you're going to be able to keep up the pace, or, take a nap every 2 hours? What do you do?
I think frequent napping and steroids is
Steroids.
Wow, it opens up another sponsorship for the show. That's great.
I think the best thing that's going to keep us going is how much fun we have together making this. I think if we were all miserable, we get a little tired, but we laugh a lot. So
When you're standing on a freeway in Albuquerque in January,
Butt naked.
in the snow,
Butt naked in the snow.
all you have is your love for each other.
and I had a lot of love for these two either side. It's very nice to watch on the big screen.
But for you guys too, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be how you're going to be able to pace yourself. I mean, this is a lot. So how is it going to be hard to kind of keep trying to top yourself?
I've given up carbs. It's been hard. I think I don't know that you can think of it as I'm going to top myself or I'm not going to top myself. I think the great thing with the franchise is there's all these great characters, and we've also introduced some new characters. And I think, what TV does well is develop characters. And I think as long as you start there, kind of build out, I think you're okay.
Now, and as far as mythology, because the movie series certainly has its own mythology, are you guys going to be free to play with that a little bit? I'm not sure where this will fit in with the movies, and what sort of mythology you'll be able to do that they didn't do in the film.
Well, I'll weigh in on that question. And the thing is that we're most intrigued with this character Sarah, and there was a phrase that became very prominent from Terminator 2, and it's there is no fate but what we make. And what we're doing here is creating an entirely new fate for Sarah. There'll be echoes from the movies, from the franchise. We're fans of the franchise, but this is a new fate for Sarah.
Okay, great. Has there been involvement, whether it's just a good luck or I don't know, naming a character, maybe something like that after either Jim Cameron or?
I'm just a huge kiss ass.
Does that work?
He hasn't called.
Was there any conversation about, hey, here's a tip, here's a this or that, or is it just totally separate?
Totally separate.
Any Arnold phone calls too?
No.
Okay.
Yes, but I had the ghost of Jim Cameron over my shoulder because I'd worked with him before, and also I kept thinking about being here a year ago with these fans who deserve a great show and deserve to have something special and want to have something special. So that's what we kept thinking about, is to make this great for tonight.
I have to say on David's behalf, I'm just going to take this opportunity. From the very first time I ever met with him, he talked about Comic-Con and all of you and how important it was to him and to everyone, to Josh, to James, that this would meet your very intelligent and high standards. And he never let us go a mediocre take. It always had to be the best that we could get for you. So, thanks, David.
I also want to thank a couple people who aren't up on the panel. I want to say, I think Lonnie Perister and Jim Lima from Zoic are here, who did the visual effects. And I think Bear McCrary of Battlestar is doing our music now. Did the music. There he is, right there. Thank you, Bear.